Hi guys, Model Muffet here. How the devil are you doing? I've been playing a hell of a lot of Elder Scrolls Online lately, and me and some of the guildmates decided that we were going to do an all Nightblade team. I'll kind of go into the reasons for that in a little bit of time, but first of all, allow me to introduce you to Danny Boy. Danny?
How dare you call me Danny Boy?
How dare you? Okay, what's your name for the viewers?
My name is. What do they want? Do they want my real name? Well, my username anyway. It's cooking. That's my main character.
All right, well, he's actually goes by the account name of Niddiboi. If you want to sort of chase him down and gun him down for his opinions expressed in his video, and may I just point out at this point? Can I point at this point? That's 2 points. Fucking hell.
You've got
Right.
too many points.
Too many points to make. May I just point out that opinions expressed in this video, if they're good opinions, they come from me, and if they're if they're a bit wank, well, they've come from Niddiboi.
Maybe you should go shite.
Aye. Right. Niddiboi, before we go too much further, what's your overall impression of Elder Scrolls Online?
I think it's great. I absolutely love it. I mean, there's some moments you just walk into an area and the lighting. I know a lot of games now people are complaining, going, "Oh, there's too much bloom, blah blah blah," but I really think the lighting engine in this game is something special.
I do love the bloom.
It really
yeah.
brings it. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it sort of overrides the maybe lower textures that people are used to with Skyrim, but no, overall, I'm loving it.
Would it be revealing too much to the viewers that occasionally you and I have wanted to hold hands and just go for a walk along the beach and just enjoy the scenery?
That's a really polite way of saying fapping furiously over this game. I'm just gonna say that.
Right,
Fapping furiously every day.
You're pretty experienced at MMOs, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, like what?
Like
assume
the usual
1 minute
groan
that, like,
of
fucking viewers don't have any idea like, what your fucking experience is. Okay,
well,
right.
Without sounding like a hipster, WoW pre-vanilla, back when there was only the fucking 4 races. I don't know, just lots of drips and drabs of different ones. I played that Final Fantasy Reborn one.
That's World of Warcraft you were referring to just before, wasn't it?
Yeah, World of Warcraft. I played it all through right up. I have a hunter level 90, I think, but I mean, it really did become a bit too easy. I mean, there's a difference between casual play and pro play, and
don't fucking get me started. You know my opinion on this whole term about casual.
Maybe that's
gamers.
why I brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know, there's I guess there's a lot of stick given to casual gamers, and I'm a casual gamer. I have to be, because I'm pretty shit no matter what kind of game I like to play. So maybe it's because I can't go and poon. Is it the young hipsters say?
Poon? I'm safely saying no.
Well, I can't do that PWN thing that all you damn youngsters can do. So anyway, we have been kicking ass though, haven't we, with our Nightblade team?
Yeah, the Nightblade are. It is an amazing team.
I'm going to
surprisingly.
I'm going to try and arrange it so the actual bit of footage that is over this point shows you resolutely lying dead on the ground.
Typical.
And me actually kind of like.
If anybody saw the earlier Fungal
the
Grotto video, we know who's lying about that.
You'd be amazed.
You should check out that earlier video. Then we can see who's the real loot master and ninja.
Oh, the evidence is there.
It certainly is.
Right, so Nightblades. Now, the discussion amongst all the tech heads, the mathematicians, the guys who put all the numbers together, is that Nightblade is a bit of a gimped archetype to play. Have you heard that, first of all? Have you heard that kind of discussion going on?
Not really. I mean, there's a lot of people who complain about this game in different ways, so I'm kind of switching off to that and trying to just immerse myself in playing it with you and other people. So I haven't really heard that many opinions about it.
Yeah, I mean,
what have you heard?
Well, just kind of like, I'm one of these, I've been lurking on various different forums. I haven't really got involved with the ESO community much yet, although I kind of probably will. But, there seems to be a lot of discussion about the fact how gimped the archetype is. I can't think of another way of putting it off the top of my head, but that is pretty much getting the short end of the stick, and that whatever it can do, any other class can do better.
I think maybe that's because classically the roguish type characters are always the highest outputting DPS. So I think they're trying to maybe too much. They're castrating the class a wee bit too much at the start, but I'm sure they'll level it out eventually.
Yeah, I think that they've already said that there's going to be some changes on the way. Some fixes for things that aren't quite working right, and possibly some improvements.
Yeah, like Vampire at the moment.
Yeah, and it's an evolving game. It is still quite new, although it had a fairly substantial beta. It's still quite new. But anyway, we didn't find this at all, did we? When we went out,
No.
I mean, we fucking slayed.
We were slaying bitches left, right, and center.
And basically, what it was, we had a pure Nightblade team. There was only 3 of us. There was what was it? Why should I heal? Or I am the healer. I can't remember which character.
I'm the healer.
I'm the healer. Yeah. So yeah. Hi. And believe it or not, he was healing. And actually, there was some guild conversation going on in the chat box, and somebody was trying to guess between the 3 of us who was going to be doing which type. And like, this guild member's name is I'm the healer. And he didn't guess.
They couldn't even catch on.
Didn't catch on.
Couldn't even catch on.
Healer. So
we should have all been called I'm the DPS, I'm the tank.
Yeah, I'm the DPS and I'm the tank. That would have kind of solved any issues there. But I am the tank. I mean, it's early days yet. We're level 16 or something so far.
Yeah, 16, 17.
But we did banish cells, which is quite difficult. It's
we
it's
did
quite
we
a
did all the
challenge.
first 3. We did Fungal, Grotto, Banish Cells, and Spindle Clutch.
Yeah, but I think when we did banish cells, I mean, I'll check on the video, but I think when we did it, we were somewhere about level 12 or 13. We were at the lower end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And there was just 3 of us. We weren't going in with a 4-man team, and we still slammed them around. Yeah, we had a few deaths, but
that's expected of anything with the lower level characters. I've always found they die a lot easier than the other ones. But as a group, I thought we got all pretty fucking spectacular.
Sorry, I had a little technical hitch there because me having problems lighting me smoke.
Waffling on like an idiot.
Right, so your main character is a Dragon Knight tank.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you find the difference between Dragon Knight tank and a Nightblade DPS?
Well, in all the previous MMOs I've played, I always gravitate more towards the sort of hunter, archer, rogue type character. I mean, my main on World of Warcraft for all this time has always been a hunter.
I can see there's a natural affinity for you to be a rogue because, I mean, my viewers may not have picked this up yet, but there's a bit of a Northern Irish accent there.
How dare you, sir? What the fuck are you talking about?
You're all fucking gangsters and crooks and everything over there, aren't you?
Yeah, whatever. I'll do your knees in. I mean, no, we're a very, very warm and welcoming bunch.
I mean, for those of you who don't know, a Belfast barbecue is basically a few burnt cars thrown together.
I remember our taxi drove past one night and he was like, God, we could get a few fucking chaps off that one. But haven't played all those other sort of archers and rogue type characters. I thought this time that I would try with my main character to be more of a tank and just start off as a tank, get to know ESO tanking inside and out.
Yeah.
Which obviously the first couple of levels I didn't realise there was a taunt ability. But and there's me complaining, going, "Why the fuck is there no taunt?"
Well,
but
I mean,
obviously that was me just being an idiot.
For those who don't know, well, 2 things. 2 things. Niddy is an idiot, but the other thing is that there is actually 2 taunts in the game, and the only single-player taunts.
The other one's Undaunted, isn't it?
That's right. It's in the Undaunted skill tree, and the only way you can really get that up is to go and do the 4-player dungeons.
It's at rank 3, and it does I think it's 15 second. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Target. Yeah.
But I mean, like, taunting is different in Elder Scrolls Online than traditionally. The only other MMO I've played was a game I used to play years ago, which was called City of Heroes, which unfortunately has now folded. But I spent years on that game.
I think I briefly played that for a bit. I think it was the City of Villains side I played.
But basically, a tank there could hold 16 was the aggro cap, which basically, I'm getting really kind of nerdy with my talk here, but basically that means that the tank could hold the attention of 16 different enemies around it, and basically you would have this guy just like in the middle of this big fucking massive mob, and then all the controllers and all the damage dealers and everything would just like fire into this big fucking ball.
Yeah, which plays well to the superhero crowd, you know.
Yes, it does. When I first started playing Elder Scrolls Online and I started looking about making a tank, it was, hang on a second, you can only taunt one person.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is
that's something that really I think they need to add something to, whether that be in the Undaunted skill line or indeed in the one hand and shield in the weapon skill line, because I mean, if you're going to one hand and shield, you're more than likely tanking. You're more than likely wanting to multi-target.
You have to. I mean,
do some AoE taunt.
If you want to tank, if you want to be able to pull aggro off other team members, that's the only way you can do it, is sword and board, or let's say the Undaunted line. But
at the minute, you have to do the burning claws, trap them there for a bit if you really want to stay on top, CC your targets, crowd control, and then individually puncture them, which is the ability to taunt them.
Which is kind of really massively difficult to do in a fight, because you go and you do one on the main boss. Say you're in like one of the tougher dungeons and there's a main boss in there, and you go and stab him in the bollocks, which for some reason grabs his attention.
Yeah, some reason.
So you've got your attention like of this big boss on you, and now you have to kind of deal with him one-to-one. You have to watch and see what attacks he's doing. You have to sort of get your shield up there in the right times. You have to dodge, roll, and while you're doing all that, it's pretty difficult to then take the attention away from the healer.
Yeah, especially when they're throwing out those massive AoEs that do shit tons of damage. Or
yeah. So, but I don't know. On the one hand, I like. Sorry, go ahead. But
the I find the single target bosses that we're talking about here to be easier to taunt, because it is just a matter of you sort of think, right, every 10 seconds, every 2 spells or whatever, I'll throw in a puncture just to be sure, just keeping it safe. But it is definitely needed. The AoE CC definitely needed.
The AoE CC is definitely needed, but I guess the question is, should the taunt be AoE as well? Should the taunt just automatically pull the entire group of mobs that are out there?
I would prefer to have 2 separate, one single taunt and then one AoE taunt.
But maybe of a very short duration or something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean both of them are 15 seconds at the minute.
Yeah,
which is it's an okay amount of time. Considering the amount of you've only 5 main spells and 1 ultimate, so you have to be very choosy of what you have.
Yeah, I mean, once we get a bit further through this, it's going to be interesting to see what I can do with my Nightblade Tank that a normal tank can't do. But
I mean, how do you find tanking on the Nightblade in comparison?
Oh, in comparison, it is harder, but I can't. My memory is terrible. So, I mean, I have a tank at Veteran 1, or Veteran 3.
Ooh, get you.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Some of us have time on their hands.
Yeah, as opposed to you, who generally has your dick in your hands.
Oh,
yes, however, yeah. But I can't remember what it was like at the sort of early levels, and I think mostly at me veteran level tank, I kind of did most of that solo. Kind of just teaming up occasionally with people, but there was no actual group together using TeamSpeak, speaking to each other, using tactics and all that kind of stuff. So it's hard to make a really sort of fair comparison. It's going to be interesting, and this is what I like about it. Now, one of the other things that we discussed briefly when we were in game was there's an awful lot of people, if you follow the sort of zone chat, the area chat, there's a lot of people who seem to already be kind of very jaded, and it's too easy, and my EP is so fucking huge.
There's a lot of complaining in Elder Scrolls Online. I think it maybe stems from the fact that this IP is heavily rooted as a single player franchise. I mean, before they were free to do everything by themselves and they were the god in the game. But now ESO kind of, on the other hand, nudges you towards exploration and group activities. I mean, you don't have to group up, but as we've seen with our Nightblade group so far, I mean, it really pays off.
But like that aside, like forgetting it's so much easier to go through with a team.
But it's more enjoyable as well.
Exactly, that's the whole thing. And I used to play Oblivion, and I really liked Oblivion. I played Skyrim on PlayStation 3, and it was good. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Skyrim.
But I've always been like a social gamer. I love teaming up with other people. I love having the crack online. I love taking the piss out of each other and all that kind of stuff. But also, I used to think, just sort of riding through Skyrim, I used to think this would be an awesome experience to actually share with people and not just,
I think that view was shared by many, which is why ESO was so pushed to come out, because they did want that. There is always that yearning for social interaction with other people.
Well, listen, Nicky, thanks very much for joining me on here, mate. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, mate.
Viewers, if you have any questions about ESO, either sort of really nitty gritty details or just some kind of general questions, do feel free to ask. Nick, is anything you wanted to add just to wrap this up?
Yeah, you're a giant fucking ninja.
All right, guys, this is Muppet out with my little protege, Niddiboi. Take it easy. Ciao.
Bye.